Introduction: the silent language of attraction. Host: in the modern quest for connection, we often focus on the what to wear, what job to have, what compliment to give. But Stoicism, a philosophy focused on inner control and objective truth, teaches us that attraction is less about external efforts and more about internal congruence. It's about being a man whose words are a direct, calm reflection of his reality. This isn't about manipulation or chasing approval. It's about utilizing the Stoic principles of restraint, sophrosyne, objective judgment, fantasia, and honest observation to speak with a depth that naturally draws others in. Today, we're dissecting 5 conversational techniques that leverage this ancient wisdom to create genuine, powerful attraction. Let's begin by understanding that real connection begins when we stop playing games and start speaking the unfiltered truth.
1.
The power of naming the unsaid truth, objective judgment. The phrase, "you know you do that every time you get nervous." Open book the Stoic principle, objective judgment, /text fantasia. Stoicism demands we see things as they are, stripped of emotional judgment. Most people filter reality through politeness and social scripts. When dating, men often stick to compliments about appearance or surface-level praise, the deep explanation. This technique works because you are presenting an objective, unemotional observation about her behavior, an observation she is likely aware of but assumes no one else notices. It demonstrates high social intelligence. You are showing that you are paying attention to her internal state and behavioral patterns, not just her words. It cuts through superficiality. You immediately signal that you are not a typical man afraid of awkwardness. You are grounded enough to name a truth, even a slightly uncomfortable one, which establishes you as a man who values reality over pleasantries. The reaction: this phrase creates immediate intrigue because she realizes, he sees me.
2.
The shock of direct desire spoken calmly, inner citadel. The phrase, "you have no idea how hard it is not to kiss you right now." Open book the Stoic principle, the inner citadel. The inner citadel refers to the fortress of our mind, secure and untouched by external chaos. A man operating from his inner citadel speaks his truth, including his desires, without attachment to the outcome. Light bulb the deep explanation. This is the opposite of needy flirting. When desire is spoken calmly and matter-of-factly, it changes its meaning. Calmness equals confidence. Most men expressing desire do so with anxiety or as a question, "Can I kiss you?" This phrase is a statement of your reality. You are admitting a strong, physical urge while demonstrating the self-mastery to contain it in that moment. It's a controlled boundary. You are expressing desire while simultaneously showing restraint. This combination is highly attractive, signaling that you are powerful but choose to be respectful of the boundary, making the potential violation of that boundary exciting. The shift: it turns the conversation from purely intellectual exchange into a charged awareness of physical presence, the unspoken command hidden in a question, discipline of assent. The phrase, "tell me what you're really thinking right now." Open book the Stoic principle, discipline of assent. This discipline teaches us to withhold our mental agreement, assent, to external impressions until we have fully examined them. In conversation, it means you don't accept the surface-level answer. You seek the deeper truth. Light bulb the deep explanation. This is not a casual question. It's an invitation to vulnerability that feels like a command. When you lean in and ask this, you are challenging her polite conversational armor. It demands presence. You force her out of autopilot. If she's talking about her work and you see a flicker of distress, this phrase forces her to acknowledge the true emotion beneath the topic. It elevates intimacy. Most people don't ask for real thoughts. By demanding it, you are establishing a higher-level frame for the conversation, a space where only honesty is accepted. This signals that you are safe enough and strong enough to handle her true feelings, making her feel seen and challenged.
4.
The vulnerable truth that feels forbidden, premeditation of evils. The phrase, I don't admit this often, but yeah, that actually got to me. Open book The Stoic Principle, premeditation of evils, /text premeditatio malorum. Stoics anticipate misfortunes, so they are not surprised by them. In a relational context, this means a confident man isn't afraid to confront or admit his own emotional setbacks because he has already mentally processed them. Light bulb the deep explanation. Vulnerability is only attractive when it is delivered from a place of strength, not need. If you reveal a personal flaw, fear, or a moment of genuine emotional impact calmly and without expecting pity or reassurance, you demonstrate vulnerable dominance. It shows ownership. You admit a weakness, but the calmness of your delivery implies, I have acknowledged this, accepted it, and it does not define me. It lowers her guard. When she sees you can safely handle a piece of your own emotional complexity, her natural defense mechanisms drop. She trusts you more because you are not pretending to be perfect. This is the difference between a man who whines about his problems and one who simply states them as part of his history. 5. The playful provocation that forces her to feel restraint and timing. The phrase, that's cute, but you don't really believe that. Open book The Stoic Principle, restraint, /text sophrosyne. Restraint is the ability to moderate one's reactions and actions. Here, it is used to maintain a balanced, playful opposition without devolving into argument or malice. Light bulb the deep explanation. Attraction thrives on friction and energy, not continuous agreement. A conversation that is too smooth is often forgotten. This is a light, playful challenge that creates a necessary push-pull. It demands defense. You're gently calling her out on something she might be saying just to sound good or smart. This forces her to engage deeply, to either defend her point passionately or admit the truth, creating an emotional investment in the interaction. The subtext, by saying, that's cute, you signal that the challenge is delivered with affection, preventing offense. It's a way of saying, I value your intellect enough to argue with it. This respect, coupled with the challenge, is highly stimulating. Rocket conclusion. The attractiveness of the present moment. Host. The secret to genuine, magnetic attraction, drawn from Stoicism, is simple. Be present, be true, and own your emotional reality. These 5 phrases are not scripts to memorize. They are anchors for a mindset. A Stoic man is attractive because he is fully present in the conversation. Mantra. Amor fati. Love your fate/reality. He does not need approval, discipline of desire, and he speaks only what is true to his observation, discipline of assent. When you practice the 5 points, observing her deeply, speaking your desire calmly, demanding her truth, revealing your own complexity, and challenging her playfully, you stop being a man trying to impress and start being a man whose reality is so grounded, others naturally want to enter it. Host. Thank you for listening. The journey to inner strength is the shortest path to outer attraction. Now, go and speak with integrity.